Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here, playing some more Faeria. We're doing a Pandora run here. I've got 2 wins and 1 loss. So if that keeps up, I am gonna get 6 wins, hopefully. That'd be pretty nice. It'd be a pretty good outcome for my first run. I've been looking at the Pandora rewards, and it's actually kind of weird, because you actually get the same amount of gold for 2 wins as you do for 6. It's just that at 6 you get an extra pack. But the odd thing is that, you know, if all you really care about is the gold, if you don't care about the packs, then getting 3, 4, or 5 wins is not as good as getting 2, just from a pure gold standpoint. So it's a little bit weird that the rewards are tied up in the value of the packs that you get. I guess that is one downside of having the arena mode in this game be twice as expensive, but have twice as good rewards. I do kind of wish it was just cheaper and only gave 1 pack normally, like in Hearthstone. I don't know if there was a reason for it that I just don't see, or if the designers are trying to do something. But in this one respect, I think maybe I'm not 100% certain, but maybe the designers kind of fixed something that wasn't broken to some degree. Okay, so we have a nice creature for the opening. This obviously is not very relevant as far as its abilities go, but being able to create a forest is really useful early on. This, I think I just don't need right now, and I don't think I need that either. I'd rather look for some other nice early creature. Interesting, that's not going to be super helpful. But okay, let's make 1 forest and pass the turn. So the idea is that I can play a forest next turn, put the wood elemental on it, and then put another forest and reach the well this way. Alright, that's a nice pickup as well. Maybe I could have considered actually making a mountain on my first play right here, and then making a forest, so then I'd have 2 forests and a mountain. It'd be a little bit more balanced. Right now I have 3 forests, but no mountains. So I won't be able to play Ogre Dance, which maybe, you know, maybe I would have wanted to, actually. Maybe next turn I would have liked to be able to play the Ogre Dance and essentially get 2 mana out of it, playing a card that costs 4. And then making a 6 card cost free. Alright, what the hell's going on here? We got last words, buff a creature, and then gets +1/+1 every time. Okay, that could be serious. Alright, so let me think about how to do this. I think actually I want to try to nip this in the bud. So I'm going to, instead of going for this well, I'm going to go for my opponent's well. I'm going to play this. And now it's just a question of how greedy I get, because if I play this one, then I can actually get a card out of it. However, if he manages to play 2 forests, somehow this will actually have 4 health. So that's sort of the risk. Whereas, you know, even if he does play like a card that gives him an extra forest, this thing will still be able to kill it. I'm gonna go greedy just because I do think that with only 3 cards and 4 mana, 5 mana, 3 cards and 5 mana. I mean, still, there's not like that many cards that make forests. He'd have to have Earthcraft or like a forest-making creature. Okay, I guess there's a few cards that do. Yeah, maybe I messed up a little bit. We'll see. He's got 6 mana, right? I should have realized he was going to have 6 mana, of course. Oh, and this thing can run away. Oh, geez. Okay. Yeah, this could be a problem, because by the time this thing gets over... Yeah, I screwed up. I should have definitely played the 6/5, because the thing is that this thing is not able to kill that, because all you have to do is run away. So yeah, tactics, guys. Tactics are important. Alright, well, I think here my move is pretty clear. We're going to go ahead and make a forest here. Move my guy over. Get some mana and draw a card. We got a Hermit. That's a pretty nice one, though I can't put it in a good place at the moment, unfortunately. This is a mountain. I can actually move my guy. Yeah, why don't we do that? Why don't we move this person forward? Wait a minute. Am I making a smart choice here by playing this? Maybe I should really just like play this thing and get a +6/+6 green creature in my hand. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I think this is the time to do it. I think this thing is too low impact. Alright, we got a pretty expensive creature here. 10 Faeria. No mana discounts on that either. But it is a flying creature that can move 2 spaces, and it gives a creature +5/+5 on summon, so that might be worth saving up for. Alright, so my opponent makes a very smart choice here, blocking me off. Otherwise, I could have made a land here and moved my guy into it. Alright, so it's a 3/4 versus my 3/5. I don't have any buffs at the moment, unfortunately. My opponent is giving me a free card for some reason. I guess he must be planning to summon a creature here, otherwise that move made no sense. Uh-huh. Alright, so this is a 5/8 that gets +1/+1 every time he plays a forest, and now it's a 5/5. Okay. Yeah, this thing is not super helpful. I have a lot of cards, and none of them are able to help me with this 5/5 situation. Unfortunate. Okay, so what we're going to do is collect Faeria back here. I am now going to play, I suppose... Jeez, do I really want to spend 3 mana playing this? I really want to try to get up to 10. Let me think about this. If I collect a Faeria, I'm going to go up to 6. And then I will be able to get up to 10 next turn. So then I could play this and make this guy be 5/5 next turn. Yeah, I think I need to do that. I'm at 8 cards. Maximum is 9. So I think either I make a land this turn and get a mana next turn, or I make a mana this turn and get a land next and get a land the turn after that. Yeah, I'm gonna make a land here. I'm gonna make a mountain there and just pass. So my opponent, I hope, will feel threatened by my lands and be forced to make a land here. This thing grows, by the way, every time he plays a forest, but when I play this, it will make this into an 8/9, and I'll still be able to kill that thing if he brings it closer to me. Ah, he made a forest here, which is really unfortunate. That was a pretty good play. So now I'm forced to make a land here to stop him from getting a land right next to me, and I also can't reach my own well. The problem, of course, is if I actually want to play this, I have to collect mana this turn. Yeah, it's definitely a problem. So either I make a forest here and block him off and do other stuff, or I get this creature down. Teleport another... I don't think there's anything really that worth doing other than playing this creature. So yeah, I'm going to play a mana and just let him get near me, basically. So this thing I'm going to play here, I guess, will be a little bit defensive. Give that thing a +5/+5. And I'm going to nip this problem in the bud. Unfortunately, this creature will die, because that forest grower grew so big that it took a big enough bite out of my elemental that this thing will now be able to finish it off. However, I'm kind of in interesting shape. My opponent's low on mana, low on cards, and I have a flying 12/12, which can get at him in, well, kind of 2 turns, sort of. He'll probably put a land here and stop me from actually, being able to do it. He didn't actually play a land back here. Interesting. All right, well, I'm definitely going to play a land this turn then. So that's pretty clear. I think this Agnes Hermit's actually pretty good, because it's not likely, being a green deck, he'll be able to kill my 12/12. So the question is how I want to go about things. I can fly at him, or I can fly and get mana. I'm actually going to fly and get some mana. I think that it's not that important to get up here, especially because he's a taunt. I'm going to have to waste 1 turn killing whatever he puts here, then another turn killing the taunt. It's going to be at least 3 turns before I actually hit him in the face with this 12/12 that I have. So I'm just going to collect some mana with it and, bide my time. I've got this giant thing as well. And I'm still threatening to insert a land here, which if he forgot about, he's going to pay for pretty badly. Teleport another random... Okay, cool. So you put a 1/1... Aha, so he's going to kill that just to trigger its death rattle to buff one of his creatures, which is a smart play. And he's going to block his face, which is smart, but that means I do get to put a land here and put something rather uncomfortably close to him. Alright. So I think here my choice is very clear. I'm going to make a forest there because my opponent never stopped that from happening. Then I'm going to play this Grove Caller next to a well, so you can start gathering Faeria next turn. And I'm going to teleport my big flyer onto that forest. And then I'm just going to fly in and pound him in the face. Don't really see a reason to be, clever. Let's just threaten lethal. He doesn't have enough damage on board to kill it. He's going to have 7 mana, but only 2 cards. Well, 3 cards if he draws another card. Well, 8 mana and 3 cards because he's collecting from the well. But still, he's going to have to come up with 4 damage for this. In fact, I might as well play this Overgrown Tower. And I should have done this before I attacked. That was a mistake. I'm just going to make this just that much harder to kill. Alright, we each get a treasure, which is unfortunate. He is getting the treasure on his turn. This thing is going to take him down to 4 health, unfortunately. And this is actually kind of weak. I don't really want to draw cards. My limiting reagent right now is mana, not cards. On the other hand, the good news is that this does mean that I start getting 6 mana per turn, or 7 mana if I want it, and so I can start, you know, playing some of these cards. Alright, he did have damage. It wasn't the best treasure that he could have had, though. He got one that just did damage. If he had gotten one that let him take control of a creature, or that just killed a creature outright, it would have been a lot better. And because I gave this the +1/+1, he actually is going to have to lose his 5/7 to survive, which is nice. So it really could have been a lot worse. Okay, this again does not work on the opponent. I just need a lot of mana. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move in this little guy. This is the one he doesn't want to kill because it buffs a creature of mine. I'm going to give it +1/+1 just to make it annoying to deal with. And I think maybe just play this and threaten to hit face. I don't need cards. I mean, I could play, I guess, this Bold Bargainer on a mountain, but it's an extra square away from my opponent. Yeah, I'd rather threaten him with 6 damage right now. And there's no reason to hang this guy back either because the wells don't produce anymore. So yeah, that's what we'll do. He's going to either have to suck it up and kill this and give me the buff, or he's going to have to take 2 damage per turn. Now, he's got the opposite problem, is he's got tons of mana, but only 2 cards. All right. That was weird. What happened? I don't know what the hell just happened. Okay. How did he get a 12/12 is what I want to understand. I don't get it. He played this. Oh, it must have gotten +6/+6 from that other thing that he had. Right. Okay. Well, this is interesting all of a sudden. So he has a 12/12, but the good news is it is on defense. This is Death Touch, so this thing kills anything it attacks. And he did a pretty... does this thing have taunt? No, it doesn't. Alright, so the way I want to do it is like this. I'm going to kill his taunter with my 6/5. I'm going to move my guy in and kill his Death Touch to stop that from being a problem. And then my guy gets buffed, so this thing's only going to be at 4 health. It will respawn, of course. I do also... Oh, God, I'm an idiot. I need to just hit him for 4 damage. Oh, could I have done that? No, because there's a 3/4 taunt in the way. Nah, I could have killed him, though. I could have actually firebombed his taunter and then gone in and hit him for 6. Actually, I could have killed this guy and had it buffed to this. Yeah, I just messed up big time. I probably could have killed him this turn. Luckily, I might be able to win anyways. I can't taunt this thing because none of these lands are mine. He will be able to come up and kill my guy, which is unfortunate. Alright, let's collect a mana. Let's play my own Ronin. Dash in there. And I'm going to save my mana. So he's only going to have 2 cards. He can draw a card every turn. He's going to kill my guy. Alright, can he kill my 4/4 with a single card or with 2 cards? If he could give this taunt somehow, that would be very effective. But as long as he can't, I'm going to just hit him for 4. And he had 2 of these runins. Wow. Alright, so anyway, I'm finally going to stop playing bad and just win the game with my treasure. Blorp. And that is that. Alright, that was a pretty comfortable game. I did make some misplays there, but I was never really in any sort of danger. Just outvalued my opponent. Too many weak cards for my opponent. And my opponent honestly might have messed up a little bit. Because he only gave me a lot of cards off that 3/6 taunter. I know after I played it, I was like, I don't know if I should have done that. But it ended up working out because my opponent just attacked it so many times and let me have a bunch of card advantage, which, although I was restrained by mana for a while, eventually paid off and let me win. I'm not sure about these red cards that reduce mana costs. I mean, I have plenty of expensive cards, and I still just end up playing the expensive cards and not using those mana reductions. So I don't know if that particular strategy worked out, but buffing's been good. Okay, I am going to keep this fairy, because although I can't play it on turn 1, which is a shame, it is good to get it down early, and it's nice to park it near a well. This thing actually maybe is worth keeping too. Yeah, I'm going to keep that. It's a nice one to have down early. Unfortunately, as the first player, I cannot play a wood elemental on turn 1. But I'm going to learn from my mistakes. I'm going to play a mountain first to balance out my lands a little bit better. Then I'm going to play a forest, and then play the wood elemental and make another forest. Okay, that's good. So the Primeval Colossus starts at 16 mana, but I'm getting a little bit of a bump here because I'm getting an extra land, so this thing will get online sooner, which is nice. 7/14s can be really difficult for people to deal with. Okay, my opponent could play something pretty big this turn. And it's going to start with an Oaklink, so a nice slow start. Give a random creature in your hand, a random green creature, +5/+5. This thing can actually be handy because whatever creature gets buffed by this, I could actually use the Voice of Truth on it. Also, I can also Voice of Truth the Primeval Colossus if my opponent doesn't get the jump on me. Okay, so that's cool. I suppose the next thing then is to play another forest. Actually, do I want to go this way or do I want to go up this way? That's an interesting question. I like to be aggressive, so why don't we go up this way and put down this little fairy. Should I play a Beastmaster? I'm in no rush to play the Beastmaster, so we'll just leave it at that. And as soon as I get an event, this becomes a 2/5 with Taunt and Charge 2. Okay, so my opponent's playing a bit of a weak creature there, this 1/7 Taunt. I'm not a super big fan of. I don't actually think it's that good. And I did get an event. Nice. Alright, I'm gonna play somewhat aggressively. I'm gonna fly in here. Okay, here's where I admit I don't know the rules as well as I should. I know that you can play lands next to one of your creatures. I don't know, however, if you can do that even if it's not connected to one of your other lands. So let's find out. I'm going to rush in here, collect mana, and then could I put like a land right next to him? No, so it does need to connect to the lands. There are other effects that I remember let me play a land really close to my opponent while it was disconnected from my other lands, but I guess this was not one of them. Anyway, I think we will play a mountain here for variety. I'm going to, I suppose, play this Runin's Presence just to see what I get. It is a 6 mana 10/12, which is pretty fine actually. Making an extra forest would be pretty handy. And I think I will actually move my elemental up and then play a Beastmaster behind. So next turn I'm going to get 5 mana and I will be able to play the Seed Sower unless my opponent kills this 2/5, which is possible, he very well could. But if he doesn't, then I do get that mana. Even if he kills it, I can always take a mana on my turn and play the Seed Sower. It makes a forest, so I'm not losing out on land generation. Well, I guess I am, because if I made a land and played this, obviously that'd be better. But anyways, I'm going to try to make a forest in this spot. Crap, if I do that, I don't get to make an adjacent forest at random. Oh, buggering Dales. Well, I could make a fairly aggressive forest here, and I don't want to miss out on a forest because it's this Colossus. Okay, so this thing's interesting. It's a taunt, so my fairy is stuck, and it deals 2 damage at the beginning of his turn to all adjacent enemy creatures, so that kind of sucks. Alrighty. Well, do I want to make a forest there? I can't. Actually, if I make a forest there, I can't summon my guy there anyway because my creature can't move. So I am going to attack this. There's no reason not to attack it. Let's move my guy in, try to take this thing out next time. I'm going to keep this guy behind because it gives a useful buff and because I want it to collect mana for me. So I'm going to make a forest here, play my Seed Sower there. Made a forest in a decent spot. The best spot would have obviously been as close to my opponent as possible, but still, I have an 11/13 for him to deal with. He does have a, 9 mana, 10 mana, And 4 cards, so definitely he has ways of getting through. And I am out of mana. However, I'll probably have 5 men at the beginning of my next turn. Yeah, this ends up being a pretty nice strategy. That's another benefit of going up and then over is you get over to your opponent's mana well a little bit faster that way. Well, do you? I guess you don't really, do you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, no, it's the same speed. Never mind. Well, you get over there equally fast, and you're not as vulnerable because you have your front area covered, and you can always build this. You stop your opponent from being able to get up here to the middle. You force your opponent to go for these like farther reaches to try to get close to you. Okay, so this voice of truth doesn't really work with Seed Sower because the Seed Sower's original attack in life, I assume, is like what, like 5. No. It was a 10, 12 because it's got a +1/+1. So what a 5, 7. I reckon is what's the original, not the buff from Runin. This is pretty clever. This 4 health is very annoying because I can't quite kill it with either of my creatures, so I end up having to waste my 11/13's attack on it. Although I could just attack it, let this thing live this turn. I have a bunch of different options here, don't I? How do I want to do this? I think I want to move this in. So I'm going to let this devouring plant keep attacking me. We'll just kill that thing. I'm going to let it kill my guy, which is all very tragic and sad, but I am going to move in. Should I kill this 1/5 and give his creature a buff? I mean, he can do it if I don't. So maybe what I really want to do is just move in like this to kill off that plant finally. I don't need to play that yet. Now I think actually I do want to make a land up here. So I have a mountain there. Let's make a forest here. This means that eventually I will be able to make a Primeval Colossus right next to my opponent, and he can't block it right now either. So he does have tons of mana and a fistful of cards. He's going to get a green creature, which I can't see. I think it's +5/+5 or +4/+4, some big buff. So he's gonna sacrifice this against my Seed Sower and then get a big buff on a creature, which he can play right here. But if it doesn't have taunt, my guy will be able to go in here and whack him in the face for more than half of his life. Plus I do have Firebomb, so it might be able to at least decently damage something that he plays. Oh yeah, also I can play Voice of Truth, and that should negate the buff from this Oakling too. Okay, I'm gonna try that. That if I understand how the card works, like if you get a hand buff, it's the same as getting a buff after the creature's been played, right? Okay, this is a sign of desperation, I believe. He's not even trying to buff his creatures. He's like trying to get in my way. Interesting. So that was the combo. So he killed a bunch of my shit and then grew this up a lot. And he has a 6/6 flying charge too, which can start attacking me next turn. Okay. Well, that's how it's gonna be, huh? Alright, in that case, I think I have a pretty clear move. I'm gonna go ahead and just attack him for more than half his health. I'm also going to Firebomb this thing. Tragically, it means I cannot play the Primeval Colossus. But I can put down a forest next to his face, maybe? Do I want to do that? I mean, no, he's not going to be able to make a land here because he doesn't have a connection, unless he did prairies, which he could because he's done prairies. But I'm going to put the pressure on him. Yeah, let's do this. Oh, you know what? I should have really played this on my guy because he's got 6 attack here. He can actually fly this back. Oh, man, am I really going to do another buff? A buff after attacking move? I think I am. Sometimes you just got to admit that you've made a mistake. So he clearly didn't have a way to kill this last time, and I want to make it as difficult for him as possible to kill this. He's only got 4 mana, so you can hit it for 7, leaving it at 5 health, rather than 3 health, which could make a difference. Like, for example, if he has that card that I just played, the 4 mana, deal 4 damage, now it's not enough, it's 1 off. He drew a card, so he's searching for an answer to the thing that's about to kill him. You know, I gotta say, that Runin's Presence that I really badly badmouthed, I mean, it has actually been kind of good. Because +6/+6 is a huge buff, so in a game that starts out kind of slow, you drop a huge fatty, And yeah, it sort of did win me my last two games, didn't it? It pretty much did. Okay, yeah, I maybe should badmouth that card a little bit less. What I'll say is that I don't want any more than one copy of it in my deck. You can definitely get swamped with it. And when you're behind, it's absolutely awful because it takes up all your mana and then, you know, you just can't do it. But well, having a one of it that just sometimes randomly wins you the game if you play it early enough is certainly not bad. God, I love these daily quests. They're all so easy to complete. It's just like, do stuff that you literally cannot possibly avoid doing as you play the game. Like, play lands, play creatures, destroy creatures. You don't have to worry about it. As long as you just play, you get gold from your daily quests. Well, granted, some of them are like, you know, play 10 cards of a certain color, in which case, okay, so like I'll play a deck with that color. And it has re-rolls as well, so you can re-roll it like in Hearthstone to try to get one of the more generic ones. But I've been very happy with the free-to-play system. Oh yeah, this thing. I haven't seen that in a while. What is that? Oh yeah, it's a treasure. These are treasures. Why is this thing below the treasures? Because the treasures are not in your deck to start, so I don't really know what's going on there. Oh man, this thing has 4 damage randomly split among enemies. That means it can actually hit your opponent's face. That's actually not as good. I find that some of these multicolored cards are a little bit too exacting in their requirements for like how sort of mediocre they are. I don't think that card is like actually that good. Alright, so here we are against Aquilon. And will I be first? I'm second this time. Okay, well, definitely not this. It's a bit early for this thing. I will keep Earthcraft. That's a pretty good early card. Okay, we got one of these, which is actually not a very good early card because it's like a trick that doesn't really work. And that thing is, I mulliganed it and got it back. Brudder dear. Okay. Well, shucks a doodle daisy. I guess what I'm going to do is first play a forest and just play Earthcraft. See if the card I draw with Earthcraft is like helpful. Because I actually have a pretty bad opening hand here. That now is a pretty darn good card though. Because that, when you get that down early, is just incredibly good. So I'm going to be at 4 mana next turn. Yeah, I definitely want to get this as close as possible to my opponent as I can. So because I'm not going to be going for Faeria, I'm going to explore aggressively towards my opponent. And then end my turn. So my opponent, I mean, could play 2 prairies and block me off both of these, but if he plays a specialist land, which I imagine he will, then I can play a forest in whichever one of these 2 spaces he does not cover. And then that will give me 3 forests, and I'll have 6 mana, and I'll be able to play Runin and start messing up his day. Of course, there are answers to this, like that Phantasm thing that I totally forgot about in my practice run. And of course, things like Frogify and whatnot. But yeah, this could be a problem for my opponent. All right, so this is sand, so he could have like a destroy a creature effect. Slaughtering Shadow, interesting. So it's cheap, it's a 6/1, it will kill the first incarnation of Runin, and then my opponent will have the initiative with 6 mana. So it's not like this is gonna win me the game. I wish he had played a more expensive creature to trade with Runin. This is only 3 mana after all. So I have some interesting options here. I mean, I could play a forest and play Runin, then I'm 1 mana off from playing the Shamanic Dance to let the Runin survive, which is unfortunate. The other option is I could play this and just see what I get. Kind of change gears a little bit. You know, I'm going to stick to the plan, though. Let's put a forest there, be aggressive with lands, make my opponent sweat it a little bit, and I will just play Runin. And I'm going to dash up here, because dash means that when you play it, you can move up to a certain number of spaces in a straight line. My opponent could actually, if he wishes, make a land here and go for my face and race. But then I can always take a step back and kill his shadow, unless he summons another creature here. This is a very, this game is like really on the edge. Because he is hitting me harder than I'm hitting him. So it's, you know, a tricky situation. This could be handy though, it could be a very good defensive card. I could play a creature as long as I have 2 mana left over. But right now I'm only getting 3 mana per turn because I did not generate any creatures next to Faeria Wells. So I'm sort of all in on this Runin Gambit. Yeah, maybe a safer play would have been to do this and see what I get. Because now I'm not sure I'm ever going to be able to actually play this card, since I'm going to want to be replaying Runin every time. Alright, so this is definitely a devoted yellow deck. 2 deserts. And he's going to try to race me. Move a creature you control. Okay, so he is going to attack me for 6 this turn. And he's going to win this race. Okay, that... Yeah, he's going to just race me. So this is the one way to beat Runin, I gotta say. Shoot! Okay, well, I definitely don't have enough mana to, like, put this thing on anything. Okay. So what I'm going to do is hedge my bets a little bit. I'm going to play a Fire Elemental here to trade with his Shadow. But I'm going to block both of these places with lands. And I am going to kill that creature with my Rue. So I'm going to go down another 9, so I'm going to go down to 5 health. Yeah, he could potentially just burn me out. Yeah, I messed up. I shouldn't have done this. I should have tried to stop this from happening. As it is, I did block off my lands in front of me, but I don't have a mana advantage, I don't have a card advantage. I'm way down on health. So this was one case where Runin just wasn't very good. In my defense, my opening hand was terrible. I really mulliganed like everything, and then I still just didn't get anything good to play. Had I had like a random crappy creature, I could have just killed off the 6/1. It was very unusual that this thing like hit me and like got to continue hitting me. Ouch. Uh-oh. That's not good. So I'm pretty much just like almost dead here. Crap, I really needed 6 mana. God darn it. This sucks. So I need to get something in here and then taunt it, but I just can't. So, well, we're not gonna worry about it. I mean, the only thing I can possibly do is play this, teleport my Runin over here, and kill his Shadow. But this game, I think I just straight up got outplayed. Because now I don't have enough mana to deal with this 3/2, which is going to kill me next turn unless I draw up something that helps me. I could have easily avoided this situation if I had just played a little bit more passively and, you know, blocked his Shadow from coming up to me. I could have like put the Runin on this forest and just traded with the 6/1 before it came over. So yeah, that's one thing I like about Faeria though, is, you know, it's one of those games where it really rarely feels like you lost because of bad luck. It's always because of, you know, your own misplays and decisions. Okay, so we can continue to live. So I am gonna keep on playing, just in case my opponent literally never finds a way of dealing a single damage. Because now, oh no, I can't actually. Oh, even with 4 mana, I can't play this and give it taunt. Ha, okay. So yeah, we're done. I'm gonna concede. It was a little bit sad that I just totally lost that game for no reason, and my opponent just played a random 3 mana creature that hits for 6, and hit me with it 2 times. But, you know, you play and you learn. So hopefully this game I get a better draw and also have a higher functioning brain, because I don't know that I would have won that game had I played smarter, but I certainly wouldn't have, like, lost it in 5 turns. Well, 5 might be an exaggeration. I certainly wouldn't have lost it as fast as I did had I just played my Runin in front of my hero, traded with the 6/1. That would have saved me like 13 damage because he buffed it once. So, yeah, with 13 extra health, you know, and him also not having any mana generation, because neither of us went for the wells. You know, he didn't have any mana generation. I wouldn't have been behind on cards or anything. I was doing fine on cards. It was just mana that was the limiting factor there. So, yeah, with that, I could have been totally fine that game. And we would have played a game. But instead of playing a game, I just lost. So we're at 4 wins, 2 losses. I guess not the most impressive outing, but as this is my first full Faeria run, and as mathematically getting to 4 wins requires you to be better than average, I'm gonna call that a success. I'm gonna keep this. It's a good creature to park next to a well early, and I definitely lacked that last time. Here we actually get a decent start. I could play this thing up front. Now that's probably not worth it, is it? Yeah, I really wish I was second here. If I was second, I could make a prairie, then make a forest, play this, and then get it next to the well next turn. So I'd have 2 extra mana from the Explore and an extra mana from getting to the Faeria a turn sooner. As it is, it'll be another 2 turns before this thing can get over. Yeah. All right, well, might as well do it then. So we'll play that, put it down. It means I'm not going to be able to hi. It means I'm not going to be able to play this next turn, but I'm not in a particular rush to play it either. Alrighty. So here, I think I'm just going to make a mountain right now. And then the plan is I'll make a forest over here next time. Oh god, it's this shit. Oh, I hate this so much. So this is a pretty frequent thing. So it's a 3/5 that when it attacks, it's range, so it attacks at a distance, and when it attacks, it also damages all adjacent enemies. It's very, very annoying to deal with, because you can just put it in the front lane and start shooting your opponent's face. So I think I might have to maybe change my plans a little bit. Yep, we're completely gonna scrap all the plans. I am just going to forget the Faeria. I'm just gonna make 2 prairies and put a Kingsguard here. I'm also gonna sneak that guy up, so if he shoots my Kingsguard, this thing will die and buff my Kingsguard. I doubt that he will fail to see that. I mean, if this person's remotely competent. And the good news is that this thing does cost 7 mana, so he put all his eggs in one basket here. And now it's taunted in place. And he only has 3 mana to deal with it and no mana generation. So it's one of those things where this has been done against me several times, and I actually have not lost to it. There was one game where it happened and I lost, but it wasn't because of this, but it was because of tactical mistakes. So I'm not actually that concerned about it necessarily, you know, I think that it did definitely change things. Oh, my opponent actually let me do that. Very interesting. Okay, cool. So now he has some mana generation here, which I am not super thrilled about. I don't particularly want to do this because it trades with this 2/3 rather badly. I could move away and kill it. And that way I take an extra 3 damage from this to my face, but I stop him from getting mana. That's worth it. I mean, stopping the mana has got to be worth it. So I am going to do this. And I also get an extra card, which is cool. So if I spend a mana to make this, I'm getting a mountain and this. Yeah, I think that's actually mathematically worth it. It's got to be worth it, right? I mean, I guess the only consideration is that I could make a land here, for example, to be more aggressive, but I'm not that interested in being aggressive. So yeah, I'm just going to do this. Oh yeah, I can be aggressive anyway. What am I talking about? I'm going to make a guy there, make a mountain there. So now he can run away with his boulder thrower, but then he can't shoot, because if you move a ranged creature, you also can't attack it, and then I can give chase with my Kingsguard. And then this guy can go to the mountain here, maybe, and start collecting mana. My opponent has no mana generation. Interesting. I'm going to reserve judgment. Okay, it looks like what he wanted to do was make some aggressive lands. I see, that makes sense. Okay, so we have some interesting choices here. I could kill this, in which case I can go here and harvest Faeria, but then this thing gets a free shot, which I'm not super thrilled with. I can obviously just trade and go kill his guy, and then I don't get mana. I mean, that seems okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. Wait, can I? Yeah, I'm gonna actually be a little bit greedy here. I'm gonna play a forest. Aggressively? No, I'm gonna play a forest defensively here to block him from getting adjacent to me. That allows me to play this, which gives a +2/+2 on my 5/2. So I can kill his guy and live to tell about it. Then I can also kill his ranged creature finally. And that's it. Okay, so my opponent has a hand of 5 cards and only 3 mana. I do have a 5/2 that gives me a card every time it attacks. He has no way of collecting mana. This thing is actually, I'm really happy to see, because it used up all his mana and it's not very good. It dealt face damage, which I don't care about at all. He's just trying to trade with my 5/2, which is fine. Okay, so let's think about what to do here. I think definitely collecting mana is good. And I think I want to make an aggressive land as well. So I'm gonna go here. I don't know yet if I'm gonna attack him or not. Let's make a Mountain. And then I think I'm going to play Earthcraft and make a forest as well. Ooh, that was a fortunate pickup. I'm actually going to do this to let my creature live. Okay, cool. Well, that actually worked out pretty beautifully. I don't think that could have gone any better. My opponent has no mana generation, no special lands. He has a fistful of cards, but no mana to spend. I've got creatures on the board. I'm generating extra mana. I'm actually beating him on cards thanks to this MVP Kingsguard. And yeah, that just goes to show that when you go for that 3/5 ranged shooter guy, it just doesn't... I just haven't seen it work out that well for my opponents. I also get the first crack at the treasure. Well, that's nice. Okay. That could be good, although it's not good yet. Now that there's no more Faeria, I don't really see the point of keeping this guy here. I suppose I might as well play my little Crackthorn Beast thing. Sure. That would be pretty much my whole mana for the turn. Yep. I guess I'll get an extra mana. But well, let's just see what this does first, shall we? So we'll do this. And I'm actually going to dash in front of him. Ooh, that got lucky. It killed his guy. I'm going to dash in front of him. That means I can use this for summoning. I'm going to get an extra mana, because mana is definitely my limiting reagent right now. I'm going to play one of these things. Let's buff up my guy that's sitting in his face. Move my 7/6 forward. Yeah, this is a beatdown. Now, he does have 6 mana, but apparently nothing to do with it. All right, cool. So that game was kind of silly in the opposite direction. I do think that 3/5 for 7 ranged creature is a bit of a trap. Like, I've seen it fail way more often than I've seen it succeed, and you saw there, that was a good illustration of how my opponent kind of went all in on it and spent all of his early mana on it, and it just didn't pay off. Because at the end of the day, it's not that difficult for your opponent to snake some lands towards you and go deal with that creature. And a 3/5 that you spent 7 mana casting is not that good at defending itself, nor is it likely to hold up against a significant counterattack. So personally, if I were drafting red, as I was in this draft, if I saw that guy, I would take it, but I would treat it as a late game card rather than trying to rush it out and like hope that you can just beat your opponent through range damage by putting a 3/5 in front of you. It was also kind of weird that my opponent put it out an extra step. If you, the time I've seen it done in the past, like the person will put it right in front of their hub. This time they did it 2 spaces out in front of it, and that might have been a mistake as well. I mean, it would have taken me an extra turn to get there had he put it back a ways. I guess he wanted it in the middle so it could have a wider range of things to shoot at. So there's some merit to that, but it just didn't work out for him that game. I will say though, it's good having some neutral creatures in your deck, or at least maybe not generally, but like in that case it was, because in that case it was really, really great that I had something that I could, you know, play 2 prairies and summon on top of the prairie. Case Dog in the house. Okay, he's got some fancy hubs and wells and things. Okay, easy mulligans here. None of this stuff is any good whatsoever. So I'm hoping to get some earlier plays. Okay, this thing again, I'm not going to play. Oh god, I got the same crap. It's just these late game creatures that are just not that good. And this thing is great late game as well. So yeah, I'm a little bit of a problem here. It's great to be going second and all, but I just don't have anything good to play whatsoever. Alright, well, I guess we'll start by exploring, and then I'll play a forest. And past the turn, I mean, what am I really going to do? I might just play this as a 1/5 next to a well just to start getting mana. Although it would have to sit there for 4 turns to actually make up its mana cost initially, so maybe that's not the smartest thing to do. But, goodness gracious. Wow, yeah, these opening hands have been kind of sucking for me. That was twice in this run that I got these 2 after mulliganing my whole hand. I guess I could have kept that like 6 mana neutral creature just to have something to play on turn 2. Maybe that's the lesson to take away here. I can't even put this down because it requires 3 forests. And I'll have to think very carefully about whether to put this down, because it's going to have to survive 4 turns just to make back the mana that I spent playing it. Just, you know, it's not that great. Okay, well, I'm definitely going to play Earthcraft because I just need to try to draw out of this awful situation. And we get a Wood Elemental. Alright, that's great. I am very happy to see that. This is a great creature to park near a well, and I'm going to keep on with the strategy that's been pretty successful for me. Instead of going towards my other well, I'm going to go towards my opponent's. So, I actually haven't even done my land creation for the turn yet, huh? Wow. I guess I should make a mountain, although right now I don't have any creatures to summon on mountains. I think I want to balance it out so I can potentially play red spells if I draw one that requires two. Alright, he's going for Prairie, so he doesn't have a lot of specialized mana, which really limits what he can do. 4-1 with protection's pretty good against my 3-4 taunt. But it's not as good against a Steamforged Enforcer. It also actually doesn't hold up that well against a 1-5. Alright, we're going to take a little bit of a risk here. I am going to play this Enforcer. There. And I'm also going to keep the aggression up land-wise. I'm going to make a mountain here to continue giving myself the opportunity to, you know, put creatures next to him. Now, he's got a lot of mana, fistful of cards. He only needs 1 damage, but he doesn't have a lot of specialized land is the thing. So he might be a little bit cock-blocked. If he's going to play a land here, that's a really good sign. It suggests that he doesn't have a way of killing my 6-5, because if he did have a way of killing the 6-5, then there would be no need for this defense. Man, maybe he just drafted a neutral deck, and that's just his strategy. I don't know. That could be a legitimate strategy for all I know. Okay, he did not kill my 6-5, nor did he pop the shield, which makes a lot of sense. There's no reason to pop it if you don't have to. Okay, let's see. I definitely want to move in. I don't know if I'm going to attack or not yet, but I definitely want to move in. Because now I'm threatening to go here and make a land next to him. And you know what? I'm going to follow some advice that I've often used in my board gaming, which is a good option now is better than the best option later. I'm going to pop this shield, and then I'm going to play this Voice of Truth. I'm not going to save it for anything. I'm just going to bring my guy back to being a 6-5. He couldn't kill it last turn. He only needed 1 damage to kill it, so maybe he just can't kill it. And now I'm threatening from 2 different directions to put a land very aggressively next to him. He does have tons of mana, which is a problem. So he could play a bunch of like 2 really big neutral creatures, for instance. Now he's got 2 red mana, so now I can start playing some red cards. These creatures aren't that great, although the 6-5 hits hard. With 13 mana, he can do a lot of damage. Oh, interesting. That's actually pretty weak. It just gives him mana in combat. Alright, so he's going to kill my 6-5. But I don't think this was, like, the most impressive thing that he could have had. This thing is frustrating. So it deals the damage to my face, and more crucially, gives him a mana whenever one of my creatures die. So it's kind of like a must-kill sort of deal. Okay. So, yeah, I think it makes sense to cast this. Give that thing +2/+2, and kill this structure. Actually, that doesn't make sense, does it? He's not going to kill anything else of mine. Yeah, this only works when one of my creatures dies, so I'm going to kill that first, giving him a mana, unfortunately. And, well, I think at this point I just want some mana. I don't think I really even need... Yeah, I don't know. I wish this was a forest. If it was a forest, I could teleport a guy onto the forest. If I don't play a forest, though, he can actually potentially sneak in with prairies. Alright, I'm going to play a defensive forest, much as it pains me. And I'm going to move this thing inward. It can still move back and collect Faeria. This does mean I didn't get to play my Sagani Grove Caller this turn, but I think the defense was worth it. He's still got a bajillion mana, but now he's got fewer cards. The last time he had more cards and about the same amount of mana, he didn't do anything that impressive, so I'm optimistic that he doesn't have anything good right now. This thing I could potentially play at some point. This thing is basically a 4-mana 6/4, which I won't be able to play next turn no matter what, unfortunately. I'm only going to be at 7 mana. 8 if I draw an extra mana. Costs 1 less For each creature you have summoned with higher attack than life. Okay, so unfortunately I don't quite get to kill this. 4/4 holds up pretty well against my 3/5. He's bringing his 1/1 in here. Okay, whenever this creature has this very random creature, that's gotta die soon. Shoot. Ooh, that is such a good top deck, though. Man, that's a good top deck. Okay, so what am I gonna do here? I think I definitely have to play this, but let's see. Can I play both of these? Yes, I can. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna play my Grove Caller here to try to kill this thing off as soon as possible. I'm gonna go ahead and teleport this over here to gather another Faeria. Then I'll play my Caretaker to buff up my guy. And I'm going to kill that 4/4 of his. Now, at this point, I don't think I need any more lands. I'm just still going to collect mana. Mana is what I need the most. So this thing's kind of vulnerable. Oh, shoot. He's going to get a mana. I put a 1/1 where he could trade with... Oh, interesting. Very interesting indeed. Oh, I forgot to block this. Whoops! Oh, God. I'm bad at this game. I should have definitely blocked that. Production wells are empty. Production... Okay. Interesting. Well, it doesn't matter because we just got treasure. So I get my Doom Scythe, which is nice. There's nothing at the moment that's really worth Doom Scything. Tragically. I guess I want to play my Volcanic Colossus. I could. I don't have a good place to summon it, tragically. Neither of these mountains hits my opponent's face. I don't really want to do this on a 4/3 either. It's kind of awkward. These guys are getting in each other's way. Okay, so maybe the way I need to do it is like this. I'm going to kill the 1/1. Then I'm gonna... Oh, hey, that lets me play the Colossus. Nice. And I'm gonna move this in here, move this in, and just trade those off. Oh God, I'm stupid. I should have killed that first. Ah, God, I'm an idiot. Okay, so I should have killed that first. And then I'm gonna collect mana and rue my life. I never made a mountain that's in direct line of sight to that. I'm actually gonna play this Red Devil because it lets me have 11 mana next turn, and it's still a pretty big threat. It hits pretty hard. He's kind of low on cards. He does have a treasure, but if he takes over one of my creatures or kills one of my creatures, I can Doom Scythe whatever big thing he has, and then I can still play this at some point. Maybe I will like take the moment to put a mountain somewhere. I mean, if he doesn't summon a creature here or kill my 5/3, I can move over and put a land here. Ah, he's probably smart enough to block that from happening. Oh God, that's really good. Okay, so he kills all my stuff over here, unfortunately. And now I don't have a creature to get land up in his face. Shoot, the 6/1 is going to die to a 1/1. That was pretty beautifully orchestrated by my opponent, I got to tell ya. Give another friendly... Okay, that's fine. So he's got lots of little stuff. Alright. Should I actually draw a card? No, because what I want to do, I think, is I'm gonna reconvert this prairie into a mountain. And I'm gonna put my Volcanic Colossus here on defensive duty. I could firebomb this 1/1, crazy as that sounds, so I can move my 6/1 in. It sounds crazy, but by killing that farm boy, I can move my 6/1 in. I'm threatening to move it in again and make a land here. And I'm also clearing the way for my 7/7 to start hitting his face. He can't quite kill my 7/7 yet. He can only deal 5 damage to it. He only has 2 cards. I'm optimistic that this lives and can just shoot him in the face. Well, can I really afford to shoot him in the face? No, probably not, because these things will kill me in 3 turns. Same as this. But if he lets me hit him with the 6/1, I guess that changes things a bit, doesn't it? Well, I just need to wait and see what he does. It's all going to come down to that. Oh, he's got a taunt! Oh, no! Okay. It's scary, and I'm going to take another 2 damage from this Grim Guard. Deal 3 damage. He's going to finish off my 6/2 to stop me from being super aggressive. Okay, makes sense. Alright. Let's think about this. I cannot play this turn no matter what. So here's how it's going to be. I'm going to Doom Scythe defensively. And I'm gonna, again, be very defensive. I'm gonna kill off his hardest hitting stuff. And I'm gonna take, well, a mana is the same for the purposes of this Colossus, I suppose. So does having more land out do me any good? Not really. So I'm just gonna collect a mana. And then see what, I'm assuming he's gonna draw another card if his first card's not good. So what card does he have? Another creature. Whenever this creature attacks a god, deal 1 damage. Okay, so he is going to be able to kill off my 7/4, unfortunately. Because this 2/2 will attack into it, I assume. No, he's going to go for my face. Very interesting choice. Very interesting indeed. Alright, fine. So I'll trade off my 6/1, and I'll kill that off. So I have a 7/1 here that can shoot at his face. This thing I don't think I need to do at all. But, yeah. It's time to put down Mr. Colossus. And I'm gonna... Let me think about this. I'm gonna collect mana still. So, I'm at 8, which is a bit vulnerable. He has a lot of mana, but he's only got 2 cards. I mean, he can draw 2 cards per turn. And the mana will let him play whatever he wants. I'm also out of removal, so I have to hope that this defensive 7/1 can handle whatever it is that he puts down. There are some creatures that, as a gift, when you place them, deal damage next to the placement spot. Luckily, this was not one of them, but that could have put me in a very vulnerable position. Alright, so he's got 6. He used up 4 of his mana effectively, and that's all he's got. Alright, cool. So here's the plan. We're gonna punch him for 7. Trade off my Colossus. Play my other Colossus. And I think at this point it actually does make sense to put a land here so that my Colossus, are these both called Colossus? They are Colossus. So that one of my Colossuses can move over and attack, or can move over and attack. I can summon another creature here, and then I can still shoot his face with the 7/7. And now I am threatening lethal, so he needs to find some kind of answer to the situation. Oh, he gets a treasure. Uh-oh. That could be bad. He could take control over one of my creatures if he has the right treasure. That could be really bad. I mean, he could potentially even do 8 damage. It's possible. I am not happy that he found a treasure. That's a fact. This thing is nice. It will actually heal me for 4, but I have a feeling... Well, actually, I can't even play it because it costs 8 mana. I'm only going to have 6. But I have a feeling like either he has an answer and is going to win, or he doesn't have an answer and I'm just going to win with my creatures because I don't need anything else. I mean, I guess there is a small corner case of things that is possible in which he answers me, but I continue on. All right, that was very tense. So my Colossi came through. I have a new boss mission. Great. I haven't actually done any boss missions yet. And now I'm back up to the same amount of gold as I was already going to earn back when I was at 2 wins, only I get an extra pack. All right, this has been quite the exciting run. And I did make it to 6 wins. So I started this video at 2-1, now I'm at 6-2, so if I lose, I don't think I can be that mad, especially because the maximum is 9. Hearthstone used to have a maximum of 9 way back in the day, then it got up to 12. And when it got up to 12, like your maximum number of wins, getting 6 suddenly felt a lot less impressive, but when it's 6 wins out of 9, it's like, pretty good. I am happy with my abilities. Does usually take about a minute to find an opponent, which I guess makes sense. I was looking at Faeria videos on YouTube, and they got, the developers were pretty smart. They got some paid promotions out of big streamers. So Crypt did one, and Trump did one, so they took some Hearthstone guys and had them do paid promotions for Faeria, which was a good marketing strategy, although I guess this still is not quite the explosive crowd like Hearthstone has. This has been going for more than a minute now. If it goes up to 2 minutes, I'm just going to go ahead and cut the video and try again later. I don't see a point in making you wait while I wait for an opponent. Of course, I could also just cut all this out and just have that, and just use the the magic of video editing to spare you the pain. So yeah, I had some doubts about this deck at first, but in the end, I think it's a pretty good deck. Hi, Psyche. tip. Tips are sometimes shown during loading screens. Yeah, you guys are cheeky with those tips. Okay, so what do we got? Can we get a good opening hand? I mean, is this just as good as I have for like a good opening hand? I don't think so. That can't possibly be. Okay, yep, it was. Yep, it's even worse now than it was previously. Well, let's start making some mountains, I guess. I don't want to race to 4 forests. I mean, a 5/5 for 5 with jump is pretty good, but I want stuff that can actually get Faeria. And I can't believe I'm actually calling it Faeria instead of mana, because it's mana, god darn it. Alright, well, there's an overgrown tower, so that's cool. I guess well, hold up. Will I play it? Go down to 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. Yeah, okay, I will play it. It actually... Oh, it needs 2 forests. Well, god darn it. Anyway, it's fine. It doesn't make a difference. So I'm going to go up to 9, play this, go down to 7, play the Bold Bargainer, and then hopefully not have its ability be totally wasted. Interesting land placement here. I'm not actually sure that that is smart, if I'm being honest. Because it's very passive this way. And it's better to like put some pressure on the opponent and reach out a little bit more. Well, at this point, I definitely don't want to play the Bold Bargainer. I don't think it's worth spending 7 mana to potentially like have this get reduced to nothing. Especially because this thing isn't even that good of a use of the Bold Bargainer. So what I'm going to do is play another forest. Play an overgrown tower. Play a wood elemental. And I'm just going to keep going with the strategy that's still been pretty good for me, which is just to be aggressive. And after hitting my first well, go towards my opponent's well. Which my opponent is kind of doing by sneaking in here, but I would have preferred to see this, because this is closer to the opponent's hub. Ah, okay, so my opponent did manage to summon something adjacent to my well. So he got that value out of it. Okay, next up, I think maybe I want to just summon this Kodama. Man, it doesn't seem that bad. Is there value to playing a Bold Bargainer? Actually, that could have some value as well. It holds up terribly against a 5/4, but I can make it a 4/5. All right, we'll take a detour. I'm gonna go ahead and do this, and then play the Bold Bargainer just to see what I get. And I got my Colossus, which could be nifty. I am going to do that. Tragically, I am not going to be able to play this next turn. Actually, I could if I choose to get mana. I could actually put it here. And I talked about how that strategy is not that good to just put something in front of your face, but this is sort of the mid-game-ish, maybe? So I could perhaps do this and get away with it. It's also got like a 4/5 defending it. No, it doesn't. This thing's going to die. He's gonna trade, I'm fairly sure. He's also got a bajillion mana. Okay, so that was interesting. I'm going to wait and see what he has to follow up with. Aha. So he is going to kill off this creature, which is unfortunate. So I'm not really sure if the Volcanic Colossus is a smart play. Especially because he's got 9 damage coming in. Well, this thing won't be able to attack. So if I play the Volcanic Colossus, I mean, he can hit it for 4, but then I can shoot that thing to death if he doesn't move it out of the way. Alright, I think I gotta go for it. This is getting a little bit desperate, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get mana and rush the Colossus. I am also gonna just give it +1/+1. And I think that's it. Well, let me move this. I can always move it back and get mana next turn, but this gives me the option to maybe move it forward. So let's see what he wants to do. Obviously, he's got tons of mana. He can, if he has like a 4 mana, deal 4 damage to a creature or structure, he can kill this Colossus, and I'm in really bad shape. But if he damages it and doesn't kill it, I do have this thing, which can heal it back up to 8 health. So we'll see if he's got a trick up his sleeve or not. Oh, I'd love to see him play his own Colossus. That would be so great. It's a 1/2. Last words gain Faeria equal to this creature's attack. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. I don't think I'm in any rush to kill it, right? And there's no point in killing it. He could buff this attack and then it becomes a problem. So it's sort of a gamble of like, do you think he can? Okay. Well, I think I want to shoot and kill a 5/4 for free. That seems like a reasonable choice. And I definitely want to play this to heal it. I think it's risky not to, so I'm not going to rush this Kodama. I'm just going to go back here, get mana. Do I want to play this? Oh, I messed up. I should have made a forest here, moved on, collected this mana, and then played this Voice of Truth backwards. As it is, I have a 1/5 in the front and a 4/5 taunt in the back, which is actually a tactical misplay for sure. But I'm going to stick with it. I think it's still good to put a creature down next to his mana to increase my mana generation. Even though I could have had these two creatures be switched, which would have been way better. So he has tons of mana, a little low on the card front. He's getting even more mana. And that's a smart move. It cannot be shot at here. And he can do 2 damage to my random crap every turn if he wants to. Yeah, he's just gonna work it down. All right, so he's gonna kill it next turn with his 5/4, but it will die in exchange. So there's something to be said for that. Here I do have to put a land here. I don't want to let him be able to summon stuff next to me, so I don't think it matters which one I do. Well, it does, right? Yeah, let's do this. I'm gonna kill that because I can. And other than that, well, let's put a Feral Kodama here. And then try to jump in at him. I'm scared of his cards, of course. Aha, he's gonna get to keep this 5/4 alive. In fact, he didn't even use these things up. So I'm getting hit for 5 every turn, and my Kodama cannot attack him next turn. So it's gonna be a while before I start getting this lifesteal benefit. I could be in trouble. Alright, what do we have? Bold Bargainer is definitely not what I needed here. I'm gonna need to move my taunt in to try to trade with this creature. I'm down to 8 health, which is quite precarious. Do I make 2 prairies and get next to him? That will only let me summon neutral creatures there. But if I make a forest here, you can just make a land there and, like, whatever, I guess. But I'd rather be able to summon red or green creatures here. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna make a forest here. Jump to it. This thing, I suppose, can stay where it is. Should I play this? That's a 2/5 taunt. I'm gonna actually play this here to generate mana and also to potentially become a good taunt defensive creature. Should I play Earthcraft? Oh yeah, what am I doing? Of course I should play Earthcraft. Yes! Then I get to have my cake and eat it. Alright, I got a... Oh, I made the wrong... No, I didn't. This is a forest, right? Is that a mountain or a forest? No, that's a forest. That's a mountain. So I can play creatures next to him no matter what. He's only got 1 card. I am down to 8 health, but I can lifelink with this Kodama as long as he doesn't kill it. Or taunt it. Well, okay. Kill it or taunt it. Those are 2 pretty good options. So I assume he's going to draw a card next if the card he has does not let him deal with my Kodama. He's shooting my face. That's very aggressive. Does he have a taunt? Oh god, he could have a taunt. No, it's just a fire elemental. Alright, that is okay. Yeah, I can deal with that, no problem. And I even get the first treasure, nice. Do I get 6 mana or 3? Oh, what? He drew a card. Okay, so I am gonna get 6 mana. Okay, perfect. This actually is really good. Oh my god, this is amazing. In this case, it kills this, it kills that, it almost kills that, and then I can use my 2/5 to finish it off. Oh no! Oh, my treasure was countered by his treasure. Uh-oh. Oh god, that's frustrating. Well, I can throw both of these at his 7/6, I guess. What I really would have liked to do... Okay, here's how it's gonna have to be. I'm gonna move in, and I'm gonna hit him in the face, because I think healing for 5 is just super helpful. Then I'm gonna have to just do this, right? I gotta. Yeah, I gotta do it. Well, actually, hold on. Instead of doing this, I could do this on my 4/5, make it a 6/7 and trade. But then this thing lives. No, I think I gotta go for the mana. So I'm gonna do this. Heal some more. It tragically doesn't kill any of his creatures. Oh, that's actually nice. Oh, wow, all the treasures just came right on up. Okay, cool. If I do this, am I gonna have enough room in my head? I am not, actually, so I can't do this just yet. But what I can do is I can use this MVP 1-5 to kill off his 7-1. And I can use my 4-5 to trade against his 7-3. Now the question is, where do I put this? Actually, I think here I can have my cake and eat it. So here I can bring it back to defend or bring it up to go on the offensive. Okay, I dare say that this Kodama really turned it around, because that heal was great. It jumped, and the jump was really relevant as well. Ooh, bold choice here. I would have put that here. Oh, he's milling me. Oh my god. Okay, that really turned it around again. So he milled me for stuff, so I didn't get the actual benefit of him killing my thing. And, what the hell does this do? Flying jump and +1/+0. Shoot, that's annoying. Oh, God. Just when I thought I had it. Man, I do not actually have it right now. It is still anyone's game. What the hell is this? Cloud machine? Oh, so I just need to kill that. And I can't, because he killed my freaking thing. Shoot! That'd have been good. That would have actually killed that thing for me there. God darn it. Alright, I can't use that to kill his stupid structure. That thing's not really that good. Maybe I could do this. Make it a 4-8 taunt. I mean, can I really race? I could try racing him. Or maybe there's some way that I could, like, have my cake and eat it where I get to play a creature and, you know, deal with stuff. So I could play this. Alright, I'm just going to be very cautious. I'm going to play a Doom Scythe here. This is very defensive because it gives me a 6-1 to defend against future stuff that he might summon here. And then I'm going to play a little bit of Runin. Dash in. I think mana is what I really need here. Can I draw cards right now? Let's see. I would have 6, 7, 8. Yes, so now I can actually do this. Okay, collect mana. Should I make this happen preemptively? I think so. I'm going to do that. The reason is that I actually don't... He's played all of his treasures, so as red, he doesn't have any like outright destroy effects. This will allow me to deal damage to him and kill him in 2 turns. I don't care about this thing's resurrection ability. I've got some defense here. This is actually totally irrelevant. So I don't care about this at all in the slightest. This thing, thankfully, does not give them haste. So I can just kill this. And... Ooh. Ouch. Whenever it's dealt damage, deal that much damage back to your opponent. So that could be a problem. Alright. So, how do we do this? I think I have a lot of taunt. I can only play 1 of them. The Bold Bargainer could whiff and hit my Hermit, but I mean, it's likely to hit something good. Alright, I gotta hit him for 6. I'm threatening lethal, and he's gonna be top decking. So, I think at this point we can kill that. That's a pretty safe move. And maybe I'm just gonna keep it real simple here. Let's get some mana and just play a Taunter next to his 8-3. It works out beautifully. It only hits me for 3 damage, so I take the minimum amount of damage from it. Stops him from attacking me, because this thing can reach me. It's got jump thanks to the Cloud Machine. And then now he's top decking, trying to answer the 6-10 that's threatening lethal as well. So I think that gave me like the best chances for success. I'm pretty happy that I used that Doom Scythe cautiously. Can't really think of any way he'll deal 12 damage to me, and I don't honestly know what red has to deal with this other than taunt creatures, but that seems like it's just delaying the inevitable at this point. Okay, that thing doesn't do him any good. It will hit me for 8 next turn, which doesn't kill me, and anyway, he's dead. Alright, well, that was it. So we're at 7 wins, which is nice. I actually don't know at what number of wins you get enough gold to, like, actually get back the entry fee. I believe there is a certain number at which you get at least 2,000 gold. I can't remember if that's 7 wins or not. I know in Hearthstone at 7 wins is when you get back the gold that you spent. I don't exactly remember what it is for Pandora. But you know what? These long wait times... Why don't we go to Google off camera here? Faeria, Pandora rewards. Oh, what? We're starting already? Oh, hilarious. Okay. Well, Let's take a look here. Yeah, at 7 wins, you get back 1,900 gold, which is 100 gold off. So in Hearthstone terms, just 10 gold off of what you spent. Oh my god, that is a great opening hand. Holy banana phone. Yes, please. Ooh, and I'm second, too. This is quite nice. Okay, this will be a good thing to park near a well. I'm not in a rush to play this elemental. So this is a high-hitting creature, so it might be better to play later on, closer to my opponent's well. I've even got Earthcraft. Oh, man, this is good stuff. Okay. So I can actually play Earthcraft and this Fairy on turn 1, thanks to me being second. Because I play a Forest, play Earthcraft, make another Forest, and then play the Fairy. I guess maybe the optimal play is to go Forest, then Explore, then Earthcraft, then Forest, then Fairy. And then I'm generating mana right away. This thing is primed to become a 2/5 with Taunt and Charge 2. Ah, my opponent also has a fast start. Okay. But not as fast as mine. So it's lucky that I was second here. That definitely worked to my advantage. So we're going to make a Forest here. Explore. Play Earthcraft for a Forest, which allows me to summon this thing, which requires 2 forests. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that sequence. Let's see if my opponent can deal with this before I draw my first event. I'm going to be getting 4 mana, which unfortunately means I cannot play a King's Guard. That would be really nice to play, but I cannot play it. Green and red, a combination I really enjoy, actually. So if he summons a forward creature here, I mean, I guess it's a question of will I actually, like, get a an event in time to be able to withstand the creature that he summons. Actually, this thing's flying, so I can, in a rare moment, actually take advantage of its flying and the ability of flying creatures to hang out over water and fly back here, where it's more protected, and stay on for an extra turn. So I'm waiting to see what he does, but if he does nothing, I'll probably just make a mountain here. Ah, okay, so we got an octopus. Okay, so what's he gonna choose? He went for +2. I'll show you the card here. You get to choose 2 of those options, and you can use the same one twice if you wish. I wonder if he's going to go aggressive and make it a 5/3 jumper. Might not be a bad plan. It would actually let him kill my thing. So what did he choose? I can't, oh my god, I can't read it because it's blocked over. Oh wait, no, it hovers over. Yes, he did choose, oh no, it doesn't say. I can't see what it says. And there's just no way to see this. Can I remove this? Frick. Okay, well, this thing is a 2/5. It actually holds up awfully, because it doesn't, yeah, it doesn't work. I think this is a jump, so he will be able to come up and kill it, pretty much no matter what I do. Actually, maybe, no, he'll be able to kill it, no matter what. Unless I block this space with another creature, which I won't be able to do. Okay, so what I'm going to do then, since this is going to die, is I'm going to actually just collect an extra Faeria with it before it dies. And... oh, I could protect it. Maybe? Yes, I could. Oh, this actually worked out amazingly. I wasn't even thinking about that. But yeah, let's do this and summon a King's Guard. So I did not even see that coming. I was just thinking of getting a Faeria before it died. So it was lucky that I drew an event which gave it the charge, which allowed me to do that. Now, without any buffs from him, which he only has minimum mana to do, although green is the color with lots of buffs, I'll be able to kill this thing and draw a card. However, if he gets even a single +1/+1, which some green cards will do, like there's like a 2-mana green card that gives a creature +2/+2, he will be able to kill this and live. So it's very, very swingy at this moment, whether he has a buff or not for his 5/3. All right, so it didn't quite work out that way. He, yeah, it's actually fine this way. He didn't kill my creature, but my creature didn't die either, so I'm okay with that. Now, oh, he's still his turn, right? He drew a card, okay. Now, I can actually charge backwards and get another mana. Haven't ever done that before as a strategy, but I guess it works. The other option is I could just give, so I'm thinking of giving the Tiki Caretaker buff to this and trading up, but I could give it to this and have it live. I think that's probably better all around, so I'm going to do that. Give the buff here, come up and kill this thing before it causes any more problems. And I don't think I want to actually move this forward. The reason is that, well, it's not the end of the world if it kills the 1/1. I don't want to necessarily just hand it to him on a platter either. Wait a minute. There's a taunt creature here. I am going to move this forward. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, now do I want to get mana? No, I still think I want to build up some lands. I'm going to get another mountain from this. So let's get a forest going. Oh, I can make a... Oh, wow, I can make a forest here. Oh, that's so good. Yes, let's definitely do that. Because my creature's here. Right, so it's... I don't get it. How come I can make a forest here? It's contiguous to his lands, but earlier when I tried to move a creature out over the water and make a forest, it wasn't. Oh, maybe it's because it wasn't, like, contiguous at all? And there was, like, a gap in the water, perhaps? Interesting. All right, so he gives me a card and makes the trade. Oh, this would have been good. It could have healed my creature. Alas. It will not work to heal this, however, because this thing is original life of 1. All right, let me think about how to do this. I think maybe now is the time to make a second forest here, threaten his space, and then play Runan's Presence. See what I get. All right, I got an 11/12 taunt for 5 mana. Not bad. So let's fly over here, get the mana, and end my turn. So this is pretty good. He's got 8 mana, but his cards are actually he doesn't have any more cards than I do because of that MVP 3/6 give a card guy that gave me 2 cards in the combat. Man, that guy was so good. It killed his 5/3 and it gave me 2 cards. And it also killed a 1/1. I mean, it was just really solid. But this is nifty. I've never thought of this before, that when you have a flying charge creature, you can just like fly back and forth and get 2 mana per turn. That's kind of nifty. I wish it was over here so I can get these 2 mana. This mana's already being gotten, but it's fine. So if I get, let's say this thing dies 4 mana, I'll have 6. Yeah, it will be, I mean, even if I don't get any mana from the wells, I'll be at 5 and I'll be able to play this Grove Guardian right in front of his face. It'll be an 11/12. Yeah, man, if like you can even fight to equality and cast that Runan's Presence, they can be really good. Interesting. He made a land here. I'm assuming that means he's going to play some kind of a card that lets him make another land. Otherwise, why would you just let me make a land there? Aha, there it is. Taunt, gift, create a forest. Okay, so that's clever. What? Yeah, that was weird. He should have made a forest here. I don't know why he did that. That was really bizarre. Okay, well, let me think about this. I can't run away with this. I can't buff it. I can not... Well, I could. I could, like, make a forest here and, like, play a taunter. But I think I'm just going to go a little bit greedy. We'll just make a forest right here and just put an 11/12 right in front of him. Boom. And just end my turn. So my thinking is, yes, you get to kill my 4/2, but you're dead in 2 turns, and you don't have any mana generation at all. So he needs an answer. He needs, like, a Frogify, I guess. Frogify would be pretty good. If he had Frogify, which I believe is 4 mana requiring 2 lakes, that would mess me up completely. Let's see if he's got it or not. Looks like he doesn't have Frogify, or else that would be an instacast. Production, gain 3 mana. Okay, that's fine. He didn't have it. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, yeah, I'll hit you for 11. Sounds good. And what else? Well, I guess I could summon a wood elemental and make a forest here to prevent him from aggressively reaching me. I'm actually going to wander in here and hit this. There's no reason not to hit it. Well, sure. I'll, put this thing here, try to trade with this 4/1 maybe. And goodness, I don't think I even care about him making a land there. I'm just gonna get a mana. That way I can also play another creature, which I suppose I don't really want to do this and have a 4/1 trade into it. I'll just put it back home and make a forest there. So I'm still threatening lethal with my fair card of balance. He does have 6 mana, thanks to this thing, and a pretty decent sized hand. He needs to find that Frogify. If it does find Frogify, that frog is mine. I still have a 2/2 frog. It's one of my frogs. It doesn't become his. So I'll still be able to, like, you know, keep hitting him in the face. And I still have mana generation, whereas he has none. So he does make the trade, which is interesting. Why he would go out of his way to trade a 4/1 into a 1/1. That also buffs one of my creatures. We'll see if he has something up his sleeve. Aha, he does have frog. Oh, it was 3 legs. I misremembered. Okay, so this is still my frog. It's still at his face. It's actually, like, still not that bad. Yeah, let's go ahead and collect some mana. Kill that thing off. I don't care about his newly summoned creatures getting +1/+1. But it would be nice to be able to put a mountain there. So I'm going to forego dealing 2 damage to him. I'm going to jump over here with my frog, like that. Put a mountain here. And then I'll just stick a 5/2 next to his face, because that hits pretty hard. He gets the first treasure, tragically. But I do have that one treasure that deals 8 damage. I got Doom Scythe, which is also good. So if he plays a really big creature or a scary creature or takes over my creature, I can Doom Scythe it. Otherwise, I am still threatening to hit him for 7 damage, because I can jump over with the frog. Let's see what he's got with 8 mana. Taunt. Okay. So it's one of those things where it's debatable whether it's worth Doom Scything, because it doesn't actually give me the win. Especially because he has a 6/6 flyer with charge. Now it does give me the win, so I am going to kill it. Get an extra mana. Give this thing +2/+2. Hit him. Jump over with the frog. And kill him. So yeah, even though he frogified my 11/12, which is like the best possible response he could have, it's still, you know, left me with the frog, which is relevant, and let me win that game. Alright, well, we're up to 8 wins. So actually, on my very first Pandora run ever, I made it to 8 wins, which I'm pretty happy about. Well, okay, it wasn't my first Pandora run ever. I did play the practice runs, and I count them. I count those as Pandora runs. They're just Pandora runs that end too soon. So it wasn't my first Pandora run, but it was my first full one. Now that there seems to be a wait, again, let's go back to my off-camera browser. So yeah, if you manage to get to 8 wins, you get 2,600 gold. So it goes from 1,900 gold at 7 to 2,600 at 8, which is actually the biggest increase from anything. That is a 700 gold increase. There is no other jump that is a bigger increase than that. So from 0 to 1 to 2, it is a 100 gold increase. Then, oh, I'm sorry, I was mistaken before. I beg your pardon. From 2 to 3, it's a decrease of gold. And then it's not 6 wins, but 5 wins. It's at 5 wins that you get as much gold as you did at 2 wins, but just an extra pack. So what happens is you go from getting 1 pack and 900 gold at 2 wins to getting 2 packs and 300 gold at 3 wins. So your gold drops from 900 to 300 from 2 to 3, then it goes up by 300, up by 300, up by 500 from 5 to 6, up by 400 from 6 to 7, and then up by 700 from 7 to 8. So the 9th win is only worth 400 gold, if gold's all you care about. Although, at 9 wins, you also get 3 battle chests. So in terms of gold value, the 9th win is quite valuable, because it gives you an extra 1,400 gold, 1,000 gold for the chest, and then 400 gold prize. That's actually a really, really generous prize. You know, in Hearthstone, you can get like 2 packs and a bunch of money, but it's random. So I'm sure, you know, if you've been watching my channel for many years, you remember those Hearthstone wins where I did make it to like 11 or 12 wins and got like super disappointing gold results because it's got that random element. And I like that Faeria just does it standardized. Alright, so we're fighting for the 9th win. Pretty relaxed. I really only care about gold because I really only care about the limited mode. It's just nothing against Faeria. It's just me. I only really care about drafting. This is an awful opening hand. I have a whole bunch of late game cards, and mountains aren't even really what I want to play early on. I am still going to play a mountain, just because if things are really, really terrible, I might be playing this on turn 3. It's technically a 4-mana creature, so I want to make sure I get up to 9 and have the 2 mountains that I need to play it on turn 3 if my draw just completely gets stifled. Ooh, that's a really good card. So it's a 3/3 with jump, makes a lake, and it can start gathering Faeria next turn. Okay, well, it could have been worse. I could do some wacky stuff here. I could actually make 2 prairies and go up this way. And, like, threaten to get in there with a 6/5. He is down to 4/5 mana after the jump, but if he does that, then I can just make a land move over and whack it. I'm going to try it. I think it's just a bit passive to cast a 6 mana creature next to a well, because that thing is not going to sit there for 6 turns. It's very inefficient. I would much rather just put some pressure on and see if he can make it. So he's got 5 Faeria, 3 cards. Let's see if he can stop me from getting a kill. Okay, so he's going to add 2 random blue cards to his hand, so that's card advantage. And I believe that card is free. You only need 2 lakes. So it's good card advantage. It's just like a free extra card. Obviously, the price you pay is that the cards are random, but that can sometimes be a good thing as well. He's going to make a land. Is he going to summon something? He's going to frogify that. That is very interesting, actually. So on the one hand, of course, that makes a lot of sense because his water elemental can kill my frog. But on the other hand, you know, it's not the end of the world either to have this frog. I could hit him in the face. That seems dumb. I'm gonna jump back here to safety. Wait a minute. No, that's not the right play. No. The right play is definitely to go here. And oh no, I'm stupid. I thought I was gonna cast Firebomb, but I don't have the mana, and none of these spots have land on them, so I can't jump there. Okay, never mind. I am gonna jump away. So yeah, I need another 3 mountains, and another 3 forests, and a mountain to be able to play that. This has actually just been a really terrible draw. I mean, just the draw has been completely awful. He's gonna land me out, which is smart. If he doesn't need more specialized lands, it makes sense to do it that way. Okay, so now there's no saving my frog, unfortunately. There's no saving this thing either. Jeez. Yeah, that water elemental is a terror. I mean, I have to do this, right? I gotta shoot this thing to death. There's just no other way. And let's start making some forests. I'm gonna make a forest here. The reason is that, actually, no, I want to think about where I want to put this fairy. Right, I want to put it, like, close to home. As a 1/1, it trades with that fish. That doesn't seem good. Okay, so I'm gonna put the forest here and just summon a fairy. Oh, it needs 2 forests? God darn it. That's so frustrating. Yeah, my opponent's just got me crushed. I don't think I did anything wrong this game. I think I just had a ridiculously bad draw, and, you know, sometimes you're just gonna lose. Although, to this game's credit, like I said, I really haven't had that many games where I felt like I lost to bad luck. Either the draft or just drawing bad cards. Like, I really feel like it's always been my mistakes that have cost me the games. In this case, though, it was pretty extreme. Interesting. Wow. So my opponent's going to let me make a forward land on him. Is that worth sacrificing a Faeria for? Well, I'm going to hedge my bets. I'm going to get a Faeria and make a not quite completely forward land. I cannot cast any of my creatures. Let's make this. And I guess I need to make this fairy here where it's a little bit safer, rather than like right at his face. It doesn't do anything for me to have it be at his face. And it can still fly over here and collect mana. It's got 12 mana and a fistful of cards, so I'm a little bit concerned. I'm still 2 lands away from this beast, unfortunately, though I will have the mana to cast it. I will not have the lands to cast it. And actually, with this ruby fish, you can just keep going back and forth and getting 2 mana per turn. Oh man, that's a pretty good thing. Shoot, I didn't think about that. Actually, yeah, I don't even need the charge on this, do I? I just need to have it on the edge of the map. Shoot, he's got so much card advantage and mana advantage. I have nothing on the board. Yeah, I'm in really bad shape. This thing gets cheaper for each creature that I kill in combat, and I have not killed a single one of his creatures in combat. So, you know, go me. Although I might be able to play this red devil, so that's something. Because I will collect, if I can move, if he doesn't cast a taunt here, I'll be able to move and I'll get 5 mana. Is he going to cast a taunt? It's good, obviously, to stop my frog from jumping here and making another land, and to stop this thing from flying and getting a mana. Green is the color of taunting. And he's highlighting that square. So I'm thinking it's pretty likely. But he is thinking a lot. Does he have like 2 different taunts that he's not sure which one to play? Is that the dilemma? It is... it's not a taunt, but it's just as bad, so he's fighting my creature before it can get bigger. Okay. Well, that is going to let me make a forward land on him. Whether that's useful, I'm not sure. But I can't play the red devil. That's so frustrating. If I make a land, I can jump the frog here onto the land. But then I can't put the red devil next to his face. But if I jump... Yeah, that sucks. That sucks a bunch of ducks. Alright, we're doing it. Blorp. And... do I need a mountain or a forest? Well, probably a mountain because I am planning to summon this thing there next turn. Unless he has a dash creature, he's not going to be able to block this. He's just beating me on mana. He's getting 3 extra mana per turn. Although the fish will die to my frog if he doesn't kill my frog. Oh god, what the hell is this shit? When this creature summons favor from an opponent's well, add a random blue card to your hand that costs 2 less. Oh, brother. Okay, I might have to fireball that, unfortunately. Okay. This is just terrific. So is he going to stop my frog from killing his 1/1? Looks like he is. Oh, man. Oh, man. What is up with all these creatures? He's got, like, no regular creatures. He gets a treasure card. Oh, great. That's just lovely. Now my frog's really hemmed in here. I can't kill this fish. I can't get any mana. Oh, I can get mana. Okay. So I can get mana. That's good. Okay. Well... I'm definitely getting wrecked, but I do have a lot of mana. So let's think about this. I can actually just put this Colossus right next to his face. I don't know what treasure he picked. I could put the Colossus next to me if I wanted to. I could shoot something to death. I can play this Runin with a forest. And start that going, I guess. Oh my gosh. Is there actually a way to win this? I mean, maybe. Maybe there is. This is a 6/4. Neither of these quite as 4. Okay. So here's how it's gonna be. This frog's dead, so I'm just going to jump here and collect mana before it dies. Then I will play this thing near his face and get mana back. Then I'm gonna make a forest here. Play... Oh man, maybe I should play Rune in here and taunt to protect my frog. That's an interesting idea. Alright, I'm gonna try that. Kind of wasted my forest, but let's play this. Dash here. And play a shamanic dance on it to give it taunt. I mean, I guess I could have also done it to this guy. So I might not have made all the best choices there, but I got to do some cool stuff. So he gets a free card, because from this Luduan, he has some treasure in his hand. I don't know what these 3 treasures are or anything. Alright, he gets 2 cards and 2 mana, so he's got a bajillion mana and a bajillion cards. Great. Fantastic. Alright, we're almost at the Pandora. I actually want Pandora to open, because he's the one getting all the mana. I don't want these wells to be around. I want to just get 6 mana per turn. Well, he's got 8 cards in his hand. He might still have a treasure. No, I guess that treasure, the card that he spent, must be the one that he got from Fuguro. He's going to get up to 13 mana. Oh, right, this thing gets +1/+1 whenever he gathers Faeria from an opponent's well. Right, I forgot about that. Shoot. So he just needs 1 damage to finish off this 6/4. And then that's that with this 3/5. Whenever an adjacent creature dies. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Death Touch. Can my frog kill that? My frog can currently kill that. Oh, he's going to block the frog from jumping in. Uh-huh. That was very well played. He did that beautifully. So, I mean, I can kill this and have my frog jump in and kill the Death Touch, but then, you know, I'm not dealing 6 damage to his face. Tragically, well, I get the treasure. Oh, I do get the mana. Okay, so I got the mana and the treasure. All right, we got a pretty good treasure card. Let's get 2 free mana and 2 free cards. Okay. I can deal 4 damage to something. All right, maybe I'm just gonna gamble that I hit this thing. It's not likely, but it's possible. So let's do it. Where do I want to... I'm going to play it over here, I guess. Next to this stupid Luduan. Okay. Let's dash like that. Okay, so I got a buff on this, which is good, because I can actually now kill this 5/4. The reason that that's so important is it allows my frog to jump in and kill this Death Touch. And now my 7/5 can actually just hit him in the face. I want to be aggressive, because he's the one who's winning. Now, do I take an extra mana here and shoot something to death? Well, I can't kill that. It's going to kill my 5/2. I think mana definitely makes sense. Playing this, I don't think makes a lot of sense. I'm going to just shoot and kill this 3/4. And, yeah, pass the turn. Okay, this has been a hell of a swingy game, but Pandora opening on my turn was clutch. So now I'm threatening to kill him in 2 turns. He does have a ton of mana and a fistful of cards, but he couldn't really deal with this last time. He ended up having to go for like gambit of like blocking a space and playing a Death Touch creature. And I gotta say, this Crackthorn Beast, I mean, it was kind of roundabout, but it did its job. So maybe I can still make it here. I'm gonna have 6 mana. This Colossus costs 7. I'd have to kill 2 creatures and choose mana to be able to summon it. He's going to start hitting me in the face and block my Colossus summoning spot. That's awkward. Although that does mean that my 5/2 is still alive. Alright, he's going to surround me. Alright, he's going to play aggressively. That means he must have a way of dealing with the 7/5. Otherwise, this wouldn't make any sense. Does this have any special? No, it's just a 1/6. It's a 0/5 that got buffed by that 3/4 that gives a +1/+1 to each creature summoned that has 5 or more health. You gain 6 life. Oh, that's a good one. So it heals him a bunch. It's going to hit me real hard, and that's what allows him to play so aggressively. And I can't quite kill it with my 5/2 either. Shoot. Alright, he's just playing a mana gathering thing, which is actually pretty strong here. Okay, Last Words is not as good as a buff. I could try drawing a card to see if I get some sort of an answer. Let me think about this. Oh, God. This could actually save me some mana if it doesn't hit this guy. Do I want to trade or do I want to try to kill this? Well, can I kill this? It's a 6/6. I'm going to hit him in the face. I think I just got to go for it. I'm going to do that. This is a mountain. It's not the best place to summon the Colossus, unfortunately. But what I... No, I can't recreate a mountain. I really want this space here. Okay, so here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to play this Hermit here. I am going to kill this thing. And kill this thing. Take a mana, play the Ogre Dance, and then play this boss. Not sure if that was the best move that I could have made, but it was the move I made. So now he's getting 9 mana per turn, which is a lot, and he's got a lot of cards, and I don't. But I did hit him down to an amount that I can't see because he's looking at a card. Yeah, so I hit him down to 7. This was a really good treasure for him because it healed him for 6. It's very, very solid. And I effectively am at 11 health because when this thing dies, I go down by 6. So it's a scary situation. But he's at 10. I'm going to summon a 7/7 next to his face, and I don't know, maybe that'll be enough. We'll have to just see. These creatures are awkward. They do not have charge. They have dash, so they can move on being summoned, but they will not get to him for another 2 turns, unfortunately. And this positioning actually might end up being my downfall. Maybe I should have moved these guys forward and just let these creatures alone. Let the Volcanic Colossus cost high, but move them closer. That might have been smart. All right, he's got a taunt dash. He's going to tie up these creatures. which could be a problem. No, he's just gonna leave it next to him. What the hell was that? Oh, its attack is equal to its life. God darn it. That's frustrating. But he's moving it away. Interesting. Interesting that he moved this away. I don't know if that was the right plan or not. That might not have been the right move. Bold bargainer. Okay. So I can kill this with a dooms. Yeah, this has to be it. I'm gonna do this. No, wait, first. Hang on. I gotta do the order right. I gotta get the order right on this. Do I play a bold bargainer? No. I'm gonna doom scythe this thing to put a 6/1 right near his face. Then I'm gonna do this and hope that it buffs my doom scythe. It didn't. But this thing can now get closer and threaten to hit him next time, and this thing is just going to kill him. And unfortunately, I cannot cast that, but I can take a mana and end my turn. So he needs 5 damage to kill me, which is very possible. He does have 11 mana and a complete fistful of cards, but I am technically threatening lethal, so at least I put up a fight. Let's see if he's got the 5 damage or the removal that he needs to make the magic happen. Drain 4 life from your opponent. Alright, so it doesn't kill me, but it does kill my Doom Scythe, unfortunately. It does also use up most of his mana. It does heal him, unfortunately. Oh, no, I'm dead. Well, that was a well-played game. I made it to 8 wins, which I'm pretty happy about. I needed just a little bit more than that last game. Not quite such an awful start. And even with the awful start, I ended up hanging on for quite a while. So I'm pretty happy about that. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and or subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. If, however, you'd like to stick around for just another bit to see me claim my prize, then let's do it. Yeah, these are Pandora points. They're like at the end of the season, for having the most Pandora points, you get something or something. Gold chests. All right, great. That'll do it. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah, well, I guess I'll open the chests, right? We gotta do that. I'm not gonna spend too long hovering over all the cards, but yes. So we got some regular old cards here, just 1 rare and some commons. And I can re-roll this. Sure. I'll re-roll that. Cool. That's nice. I don't know when or why you are sometimes allowed to re-roll cards. I don't know if it's like intelligent and lets you do that when it's like something you already have. Ooh, a foil mythic card. Very nice. All right, guys. I'll see you again soon.